Hello everyone and welcome back to another Fallout Wasteland Warfare Battle Report, the ideal game to be playing if you're self-isolating and so forth, staying safe out there. It's very good that games like this have solo options against AI to give you something to do if you're sick of painting and just want something to take your mind off things. So we're going to be playing the first of the AI scenarios from the campaign book that comes with the starter set. And we'll take a look at the teams. You can basically use whatever teams you want for these AI missions. I'm going to stick with playing as the survivors because we've got a little bit of a through story running. As you might remember, the survivors were trying to get safely inside a vault to hide from an electrical storm and a death claw. Sadly, the super mutants got there first, locked themselves in, and they were stuck. So the survivors had to flee. They've moved to this new area that might make a good settlement. However, the problem is it's occupied by some nutter who is able to control creatures, and a prototype for his creature controlling helmet is smack dab in the middle of the map. He doesn't want anybody grabbing it, so he thinks we're here to get it. We're not, we're here to stop him, but he is going to try and grab that and get out, and if he does, he wins. If we get it and stop him, the survivors win. And with that, let's look at the crews. So specifically, I should point out that this scenario in the booklet is called Ambush the Camp, because we're kind of ambushing the person after looking for their helmet, and they're kind of surprised to see us. So either way, the creature faction, incidentally, the only criteria and bonus to get is they have to be led by someone using the creature controller perk, because that's how he's got kind of control of the creature faction. But anyway, my survivors, the good thing about being stuck outside in that storm is they found some new tech. So the sole survivor is Sole Survivor Tech, wearing his XO1 power armor. He's still got his laser rifle from last time. He is still heroic. He has gun nut rifle as a perk, and he has a hunter as a perk as well. And he has 4 luck because he's heroic. Something we forgot last time, if a model is heroic, that symbol right there means that they get +1 HP. That was not taken into consideration last time. It will be this time, and because it's a survivor faction and it's a unique character, that's 2 ablative armor. Dogmeat Scout also has 2 ablative armor, using his nerfed stat, so it's not 7, it's 6. Codsworth with Mr. Handy Flamer, Mr. Handy Buzzsaw, and he's also unique, so 2 ablative. Then just 2 settlers with combat rifles and baseball bats, and 1 stim pack between them, not 1 each. Oh, I forgot to mention, the rulebook states that like roughly 500 caps is a small game, 750 caps, medium sized game or normal sized game, 1000 caps, big game. Both these crews, there's like a 30 cap difference between them, but they're both roughly 620, so that roughly puts them in between a small size game and a normal size game. That's just how it happened to work based on what was painted, honestly. So let's go look at the AI controlled creature faction. So the glare makes this a little awkward, but the creature faction is being led by an enslaved tech, although because he's not part of a super mutant faction, he is in fact a free tech, so he'll have slightly better stats, +1 endurance and +1 armor. He has his AI card. He has the creature controller, which just means he's classed as a creature, and he has a combat shotgun. I thought I made him heroic as well actually, but I guess he didn't have the points, so never mind, he doesn't have any luck, ignore that. 3 feral ghouls with feral ghoul swipe, which is there, which does radiation damage and physical. A putrid glowing one, which has the putrid glowing one swipe. He is nasty and tanky. And then over here we have a bloated glowing one, which is even more tanky and even more dangerous. There's going to be a lot of radiation damage going around that the survivors cannot cure. So the AI starts on this side, survivors start on this side. The goal is just dead center. Should point out the scenario does not have any lootables. That is there purely for the survivors. The AI is going to ignore them, and that's going to give options for additional equipment that might be carried through the AI scenarios. So with that, I'll get set up and we'll be ready to go. So everything is set up and we're basically about to go. A couple of things to cover. Forgot that the XO1 power armor card was actually knocked under it, so you didn't even see what the stat boosts were, my bad. +5 endurance, which is pretty good, +3 strength, and then the standard power armor health as well, so it's pretty tanky. The other thing to mention is that from turn 2 onwards, event cards will be getting drawn to see what effect takes place. So as soon as it becomes turn 2 rather, event card, turn 3, event card, just to see what nonsense can happen. There's how the AI is just deploying. Going to roll off to see who goes first because the rulebook does not specify one side over the other. And yeah, that's it. We are ready to get started. So with that, let's jump into battle round 1. So one of the feral ghouls was randomly selected to go first, and it's worth noting that because the feral ghouls are all very animalistic, despite the fact they're being controlled by the tech, that their AI cards, they don't go for the objective. The tech will have to go for the objective. All the ghouls are interested in is devouring flesh. So he rolled attack, so that's just a double move forwards over the crater, to where you can see him again. He's not going for the objective, he just wants to run and bite something. So the tech is going to have to kind of slip in, grab and run, while his tankier ghouls kind of take the fire. That'll be what they want to do. Now it's over to my survivors though for their first activation. So the first activation for the survivors is the Soul Survivor tech in the XO1 power armor. Moved up once, and then for the other action he is going to shoot at the ghoul that just moved into range, because the laser rifle has fantastic range. However, didn't notice when I was planning out the war gear for the tech to use, his perception, which is the stat used for rifles, not that great, it's only 4. His pistol stat is 6. He should have been equipped with a pistol. That's why we have lowables. If we loot a good pistol, he'll be getting it. But anyway, he's equipped with the laser rifle, so it's 4s. That is a 6. It would have done extra damage, and it would have ignored armor, because that's what that does for the laser rifle. However, he missed. Mistakes have been made already. The bloated glowing one was the next to activate and just wants to attack as well, so moved up twice. The way that the bloated glowing one and the fetid glowing, or putrid one, sorry, work is at the end of the activation you roll a blue dice, and if a Nuka-Cola bottle comes up, they unleash a radiation burst around them. I think it's only like orange size, so it's not that long, but it heals them, it heals ghouls, and obviously would damage humans. And as a loud truck goes past the window, it's back over to the survivors. So next to activate was one of the settlers, did a half move for first action to touch this searchable, and is going to search it. And it's just straight up an item, and then his other action is simply, he's going to move again, and just move in that direction. He's taking his ablative armor with him. So he just got an item. Let's see, we'll pull it, I've got 2 massive piles of items. Let's pull it off this one. It's a hair trigger for attached weapon. You can do quick action attacks for attached weapon only. Useless for him, however, the gun nut rifle perk lets the Soul Survivor tech mod rifles, which he does have. So if that gets passed to him, that can get equipped to the laser rifle. So that is a good find, but obviously it's right now it's on the settlers, so it's like on that card there. But either if they can get close enough to trade, or I think it's called sharing is the official term, then he can use it this round, I think, assuming you can upgrade with stuff you've found this like during the game. If not, kind of playing this continuously across the AI scenarios, so that'll be something that could be equipped with Soul Survivor next time. Over to the AI. The putrid glowing one was the next AI to activate, and again, he doesn't have a gun, so 2 guesses what he did. He moved, and then he moved right to where you can see him. He's kind of going after the settler there. The tech is the only one on the AI side that actually has a gun, so yes, they'll mostly just be moving into charge range and then engaging in close combat. Back over to the survivors. The other settler activated and for first action moved to where you can see her. Now she's going to take a long pot shot at the putrid glowing one over there. So long shot with the combat rifle, green plus yellow, skill of 6. That would be a 1, so it has succeeded. Does the cola bottle do anything on the... No. So it hit with 1 armor break. Need to come around here real quick to see putrid glowing one has 2+1 physical. So it's 1+1 physical basically. See if anything gets blocked. It's just the 1 damage that gets blocked from his super armor that he has. So that is only 1 damage because it would do 2. Gets taken down to 1. It's a start. Some damage has been done. He has 10 HP left. Good grief, and that's not even the tanky one. One of the 2 feral ghouls at the back activated. So that was just another double move. Forward and forward. Going around this structure here. Aiming for the tech over there. The Soul Survivor tech, I guess I should say, because the free tech is also a tech. Too many techs. Codsworth activated, and he is faster than your average human. He moves red, so a double red move was actually enough to get him into the center of the map. So he has picked up the prototype controller helmet that the enemy is after. So I don't think I was clear about what the survivor's win condition is. The enemy has to be wiped out. The AI wins if they get this helmet and take it off their edge of a table. So now Codsworth has a target on his back because he's going to hold on to the helmet. But that does mean with him doing that, hopefully he can successfully fall back and everyone else can form a firing line and hopefully do some damage to the ghouls before they get in close combat. We'll see if that's how it goes though. as we go back to the AI with still Dogmeat to activate for my survivors. So we're mostly going to cover the final activations about round 1 here, because the other Feral Ghoul activated and just moved forwards twice. Dogmeat moved like 1.5 worth of his movement because he can move red as well. He wants to force the Ghoul to move before charging, so he can't do a charge and attack in one turn. So he's in there next to his owner. And then finally the Free Tech, he wants to do the objective, so he has moved up and now he's going to take a long shot with the shotgun at Codsworth, which means he gets no bonus dice, it's purely just the skill die. And for the shotgun he requires... he requires 3. That would be a 7, so he failed. And that does take us to the end of battle round 1, so it's time to draw the event card that's going to be in play for round 2. Let's see what this is. A Hidden Observer. Spend enough time in the wasteland and you develop specific instincts. Right now you have a feeling that someone is watching you from a distance. It doesn't actually do anything, it's just flavor text. That's fair enough. Somebody's watching us. On to round 2. So to get battle round 2 started, Codsworth is going to be the first activation, doing survivors first because they did not go last in the previous round. That's how we're going to run it, because that's a good way to run it, honestly. So he is going to move, but first of all he's going to flamethrower as his first action, and he's going to flamethrower the Feral Ghoul because he is weaker. So that's just a blue die and a skill die, and we need a 6 or under. The blue die might do something bonus. So that's a 4 plus a nuke. Does the nuke do anything with the flamer? Yes, that is 1 extra point of damage. Okay, so the total damage is 3, I guess. Also, the orange I think means it expands, right? Because that's the symbol for expanding, I believe. Actually, the expansion has a black arrow on each side. I'll check what that does, but for now, let's just see what a Feral Ghoul's defense is. It's physical, right? Yeah, physical. He has 1 armor, so he can block 1 of it. He did, so he blocked the bonus damage, essentially. So it did its default damage of 2. I'll double check what that does in a second, but Codsworth's other action after doing that 2 damage is pulling back to the firing line, right there. Yeah, so as an addition, I looked through the rules. I cannot for the life of me see what this symbol, when it only has 1 black arrow, means. If it has 1 on either side, it's the diameter of an explosion, but this isn't an explosion, it's a flamer. It's not the range, because the range is red, as you can see there. So it might just mean it's doing flame damage. I have no idea. I'm going to have to pass that one over to people who know better, because I cannot find an answer in the rulebook. This is the problem with symbol heavy explanations. So the ghoul that was just attempted to be set on fire and took a little bit of damage is his activation. Also, I forgot to put his damage icon next to him. He has 2 damage. Either way, he moved and then he initiated a charge, because all he wants to do is mindlessly charge. He made that noise, you know, the one that you always hear in Fallout 4 right before one of them does that jump scare leap at you. He's done it on Dogmeat and has engaged the dog in combat. So Dogmeat's going to bide his time, I think, and the Soul Survivor tech is going to be the one to activate. Now, his perk isn't able to kick in, the Hunter one, because he's not shooting at long range. That's the downside to the laser rifle being black for short and long range. So he's just going to take 2 short range shots with it at the large lad over there, because don't want him getting closer without at least taking some damage. But again, need 4s unfortunately. That's a 7, so that's an instant fail. And then second shot, 5, so close. Would that cola bottle have done anything? Yep, would have negated 1 armor. Well, that's just peachy. Lessons are being learned about what you do with the Soul Survivor tech. Over to the AI. So as we move on to the next activation, a couple of things to cover for the Soul Survivor tech that I totally forgot. Obviously he is heroic, so he has been rolling for VATs, neither has come through, so that's nothing. Forgot, could have used luck to alter that score by 2 to make the hit land, and I think he's going to do that. So I believe he has to flip the luck, so pardon me a second, I'm going to just like go whoop, and it didn't work anyway, so everything is as it should be, 1 luck wasted as per usual. So then this ghoul activated, he just moved forwards twice, he came around the side there, and then Dogmeat is going to activate, and he is going to bite the ghoul that has charged him. So we're using nerfed Dogmeat, so even Dogmeat Scout I presume has been nerfed the same as the other Dogmeats, so this is only skill 6. He got it, wow, with a -3, so it's actually a 1. Does the star do anything? It gives him a quick action. Okay, that could be important actually. Quick action and ignores 1 armor, and this is just a basic ghoul who has 1 armor, so the damage just goes through. It's 2. He already has 2 damage on him, they have 4 health. This Feral Ghoul bleh, has been removed. But Dogmeat still has an action and also has a quick action, and his quick action he can use to move or charge, but it's one distance less. So his normal charge distance is blue, so it would go down to green. Yeah, he's going to use his quick action to charge the ghoul that just went, and then his other normal action to try and bite him. 6s. It's a 2. It negates his 2, that goes straight through. The double cola bottles takes away being prepared, so that's irrelevant. Does 2 damage to that ghoul, so it goes on half health. The putrid glowing one was the next to activate for the AI. It moved, and then it has charged into base to base with the settler, so he's now locked in combat. That green marker there is just to remind that if he gets to attack, and he will probably because he's tanky, he will get his charge bonus, which has been chosen as being a green because his swipe is already 2 black die, which is very, very dangerous. He's still got 1 damage sitting on him. He did not trigger a radiation burst, so that doesn't heal. And with that, settlers are going to have to do something about this. So obviously this situation down here is a little nasty, so this settler is going to activate, and he's going to take a swing with his baseball bat to see if he can smack the ghoul. So, it's a black and a yellow die, and the skill check is unfortunately a 3. And that is not good enough. So that has failed. His other action is he's going to be pulling back. He's going to be moving to here. So that means that the ghoul gets a free swipe at him at -2 skill. So that is his base of that, plus his charge bonus with the green. His normal skill is a massive 7, so it's going to be a 5. And he got a crit, so it's a 1. It doesn't even need to be a crit. And it did 1 extra damage. What's the base damage of this swipe? 2 physical and then 1 radiation damage. Okay, that's not nasty at all. So, the survivors have base 1 physical armor. Blocked it, so that's essentially that gone. So that settler has taken 2 normal damage and then 1 radiation damage, leaving him on 1 HP. Oh, also, because he's ended his turn there, he found another item. This pile again. He has found another weapon mod. Powerful weapon, weapon gains, I think that's active reload. Oh, if it's a heavy weapon it gains extra damage and armor break is what that means, I believe. Yeah, it becomes powerful. Cannot be attached to a weapon that is already... Oh no, it makes a weapon heavy, but I think then it needs to reload after every shot. Okay, it might not matter if he gets murderized, but that's also in the settler's inventories. I called him a survivor before, didn't I? Either way, he got away, and that does mean that the other settler will be able to take some shots, hopefully. Oh, my bad, I forgot that he has his 1 ablative armor from being a survivor faction, so he did not take 1 damage. He did not take 2 damage. He took 1 normal damage and 1 rad damage. And remember, the rad damage does not get healed by normal healing stuff like the stim pack that they're carrying. The bloated glowing one was the next one to attack, or rather activate, and of course he wants to attack, so he moved, and then he initiated a charge to also join the melee against Dogmeat over there, and he's going to be using a black bonus charge die, because his swipe is slightly different to the other one and focuses on armor break and accuracy. So the last activation for my survivors / settlers this battle round is going to be the settler down here, and then that will leave that ghoul up there, and then the tech to go for the AI, but what she's going to do is stay where she is and fire twice at the ghoul right in front of her because it hurt her friend. So she's taking 2 shots at close range with the combat rifle, so that is a black and a yellow bonus die, and she is looking for 6s. First shot. It's a success on a crit, and it does, 2 extra damage, that's really good, so that's 4 damage coming in. Now what's this putrid glowing one's armor like? 2 + 1, so it's guaranteed to dodge 1. 2 + 1? Ugh. The 2 + 1 actually succeeded. Wow, so it blocked 3 of the 4 damage. It took 1 damage. That could be better. So he's got 2 damage on him now. But Robin gets another shot. That is a 6, plus it ignores 1 armor and does 1 extra bonus damage. So that means he's currently at 1 + 1. That does not go through, so he's at 1. So essentially the bonus damage is negated. That one does 2 damage. So now he is sitting on 4 damage. Out of, how much HP was it? 11. Good grief, and he has the chance to heal himself, depending on what he rolls at the end of his activations. Okay, that was her turn. Now it's just the 2 I mentioned to end off the battle round, I think. So the final two activations about round 2. This ghoul has charged dog meat as well and has picked a accuracy bonus for his charge if he gets to attack next turn. Dog meat is in a spot of bother. The free tech wants to do the objective, so he's moved up and he's going to try and shoot Codsworth because Codsworth has his hat. So for that, he's at range again, so the shotgun's less effective. Combat shotgun, sorry. So just needs to get a 3. He got a 3. Okay. So that is 2 physical damage coming through at Codsworth. Codsworth is 3 physical defense. And it went through. Codsworth takes 2 damage. And that takes us to the end of the battle round. Hang on, let me just do the 2 damage. On poor old Codsworth. 2 of 6 HP gone. And then another event card as we go into battle round 3. Distant gunfire. Shots can be heard at a distance. Maybe a group who's hunting Brahmin, the frequent agent, the area rather. Why did I say agent? Maybe it's trouble. So another nothing happening card. With that, let's get into battle round 3 with the survivors going first again. So before he gets mauled by every ghoul under the sun, Dogmeat is going to be the first activation for battle round 3, and he's going to attack the ghoul that only has 2 HP left with his first bite. Remember, there's no hindrance to him being outnumbered, it's just that they all get a bonus of +2 skills. So 6s. That is a success with a quick action, which might be relevant, I guess. So it's also breaking 1 armor. The ghoul just has 1 armor, and it does 1 extra damage. So that ghoul has been murderized with his first action. And now his second bite, I guess he'll go on the other basic ghoul just because they're easy to kill. 6s. That's a success with a crit. -2, -1, it made it a billion times over. The Cola Ball doesn't do anything of relevance. And the ghoul will get its armor, because there was no armor break this time. 1 armor. Didn't block it, so that is 2 damage straight through, so that other ghoul is now on 2 health remaining. Now technically Dogmeat could use his quick action to try and pull back from combat. I don't think so. Because they'd both get a free swipe at him. No, he's gonna stay there. He's still got his 2 super armor, so that will help the nasty swipe coming in. Let's see who is activating first this turn for the AI. The putrid glowing one is the first activation for the AI, so that is very unfortunate for this settler, because he charged him, and now he's going to try and swipe him. Took a green bonus for his charge, and he has a skill of 7. And he got it with a crit and a bonus damage. And there's no armor to protect him this time. I think he's already... No, we know, because he did block 1 last time, so he might not necessarily be dead. He has 1 armor. Okay, that didn't block anything, so that would be 3 damage plus 1 bonus... plus 1 bonus radiation damage. This settler, bleh, has been knocked out of combat. So Codsworth is going to try to avenge the fallen settler by staying where he is and flaming the putrid glowing one twice. So that is just the blue and his skill die with a skill check of 6. First attack is a success on a equivalent of a 1 with a cola bottle, which also negates 1 armor. Putrid glowing one is, well, it's going to be down to 1+1. So it's just the +1, so he has taken 1 damage. So that puts him at 5 damage in total, which doesn't sound like a lot. Actually, we can just flip one of these because 5's on the other side. 5 damage so far. The other flamer, also a success. Do the stars do anything? Oh, the stars set him on fire. That's good. Okay. Still got his 2+1 armor. Nope, just 1 damage more. It would normally do 2, however, he is also on fire. So as a reminder of how on fire works, when this model next activates, it just takes 1 damage, then you flip the icon, or do like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 roll basically on a dice. If you get the good result, it goes out. If you don't, it stays on fire. So anyway, this feral ghoul is going to activate next, as per random generation, and is going to attack with Dogmeat, and he has bonus green on his first attack. He needs 6s. Got it. Easily. +1 bonus damage, that is 3 damage. 3 physical damage. Dogmeat's defense is currently 2+2. So it becomes 1+2, he blocks 3 damage. So he actually blocked all the physical damage, however it still does 1 rad damage, which cannot be blocked, and Dogmeat has no radiation defense. So then he does another bite, and that does not get the bonus green, so it's just black plus green. 7s. That one went through as well, didn't even need the... well, it broke the armor. Also, that's his super armor gone. Actually, I think it goes down by 1, right? It doesn't just go? I'm actually not sure on that. I've forgotten what the default is. We'll say it goes down to 1. So his armor is currently 2 plus 1. And that is just the plus 1. So that's 2 physical damage plus another bit of radiation. Oof. Dog meat does not do well with radiation. So that's him taking 4 damage in total. He has 2 health left. And with that, over to either the Settler or the Soul Survivor tech. The Settler down here is going to activate. She's going to try and do some more damage to the putrid glowing one over there. So it's close range with the combat rifles as black and yellow bonus dice. And requiring a 6 or under. That would be a 7. First shot missed. That's a hit, easily. So that's 2 damage he's got to block with his 2 plus 1. And he actually got 2 plus 1, so he took no damage. Things are turning bad, or from bad to worse. Alright, so now it's either the free tech or the putrid, bloated glowing one, rather. So the bloated glowing one attacking poor dog meat down here is going to be the next to activate. He has a black bonus die on his first bloated swipe, and he needs a 7 as well. He got it easily. He broke 1 armor and did 3 bonus damage on top of 2 plus 1 radiation. I don't actually think dog meat can survive this. Either way, 2 armor. He actually saved 2 armor, so that's that essentially gone. That's 3 physical plus 1 radiation. A yelp is heard as dog meat falls over. Oh dear. And that was only his first action, so his next action would be... Can he initiate a charge? His charge range is red. Let's see. Because he just wants to attack. Yeah. He will initiate a charge into the Soul Survivor tech, whose turn it is now. So many things going wrong and characters set up incorrectly. So the Soul Survivor tech doesn't have many other options. Has no melee weapons, so he's going to try and use his gun at close range, which is skill -1. So he needs to get a 2 or under. That's a 4. Oh, -1, so that's a 3. He's going to try and flip luck to see if he can make this one happen. Are these weighted? Luck did not work. Second shot. 2 or under. That is also a no, but no, even with a -2, that would still not be a 2 or under. So he achieved nothing. Excellent. Splendid. So that means it's just the free tech to end off battle round 3. So the free tech obviously wants to get the objective still, so he's moved and now he's going to fire a close range combat blast into poor Codsworth. 3 or under. He gets crits. And it did 3 bonus damage, are you kidding me? 3 bonus damage plus the default of 2, that's 5 damage Codsworth has to defend. He's got 2 super armor. So let's see, 3 plus 2 becomes 3 plus 2. He actually successfully blocked all 5. That's amazing. So he actually took no damage, right? Because that's 3 plus the bonus 2. His armor is 3 plus the bonus 2. Yeah, okay. He actually managed to do the impossible and block the entire attack. And that does take us to the end of battle round 3, so we'll be drawing another event card from the deck. Mole Rat Tunnel. Freshly disturbed earth is often the sign of a mole rat activity. Whilst this event is in play, place a bottle cap at the centre of the battlefield. Any model ending their activation within yellow of this marker must test luck. If they fail, a mole rat lunges out to bite them for 1 damage plus a yellow armor break die. The middle of the board is roughly there, so the free tech is actually, they have to end their activation within it. Okay, I'll set that up as we move into battle round 4. So Codsworth is going to be the first activation of battle round 4, but there is the Mole Rat Tunnel over there that you can't stop within yellow of. But Codsworth is going to stay where he is, and he's going to try and burn the free tech with his handy Mr. Handy Flamer. So he needs 6s. That is a 7, unfortunately, so the first one's a fail. Second one is a success with a no bonus on that. Oh wait, no, sorry, no, it sets him on fire. Good. So he's on fire, and he has 2 burning damage incoming. His physical defense is 2 because of being a free tech, not an enslaved tech. He blocked the 2 damage. He's still on fire, so he's guaranteed to take 1 damage, but that could have been better. So the flame marker is in place, but this feral ghoul has activated, so he has initiated a charge into the Soul Survivor tech. Now he's going to try to bite him? Yeah, no, swipe him. Feral ghoul swipe. With a bonus black die thrown in for good measure, 6s. That is an instant fail. It's the first instant fail roll of the... Oh, I knocked it to a 5. That was the first instant fail roll of the entire match, as I accidentally knocked the model there as well. So that ghoul did nothing. About time something went bad for the AI. Let's see if the settler down here can get something done. She's going to shoot at the fed glowing one. I keep on saying fed because of fed bloat drone in 40k. Putrid glowing one. 2 shots, close range, 6s. First shot. Instant fail with a quick action. Quick action doesn't really mean anything for settlers. Second action, oh, it becomes a 6, so it succeeds with nothing in terms of bonus, so it's just 2 physical damage versus 2 plus 1. 2 plus 1, he blocked it. Arg. So the free tech is the next activate, and he wanted to move so he isn't in range of the mole rat tunnel that's in play this turn. So he moved closer to Codsworth but not in close combat, and oh, the fire did 1 damage and also stayed on him. So it's still on fire. He's taking a shot at Codsworth though. 3s. 8. Instant fail, which is just as well, because that would have been a total of 5 damage again, and Codsworth couldn't do the impossible twice. So it's just the Soul Survivor tech to end off the turn for the survivors, and then it's Mr. Bloated over there to end the turn for the AI. He's just going to take a swipe at the ghoul, or rather he's going to shoot his laser rifle, I should say, at the ghoul there. Skill of 2. That is a skill of 7. Skill of 2. He succeeded with a crit. It finally happened. Also maybe bonus stuff as well. So the crit will give him, I think that's a bonus point for his crit build. Plus he just landed a hit, so I believe that's 2 towards his crit meter. He needs 4, so I don't think it's going to matter. But either way, the cola balls have actually set the ghoul on fire. That hopefully won't matter though, because that's 3 energy damage coming through. What's the energy defense of a ghoul? Oh, 2. It's actually kind of high. He blocked 1 of it, so he blocked that. The 2 bonus damage, or the 2 regular damage still comes through. He had 2 on him. That ghoul at least has been killed, but that is the Soul Survivor's turn. So now he's going to get smacked by the green large gentleman next to him. Alright, let's see what Tubby can do. He's doing 2 swipes at the Soul Survivor tech. That's what his basic strike gets. He is needing 7s or under. First swipe. No, that's an 8. Second swipe. 7s or under. That is a 9. With no minus. He actually managed to whiff twice. That's really good. I haven't been doing this on camera, but let's see if he gets his nuclear explosion. No, he needs, I think he needs the same thing as the other ghouls. Let me just double check, leaning over. He needs a, oh no, it's a cola ball actually, so I've actually been doing that wrong. I thought you needed to roll a nuke to make the glowing ones do the radiation burst. All you need is a cola ball. That might have made a difference earlier in the match. It didn't here, but good to know for the future. That takes us to the end of this battle round already, right? They're dropping like flies on both sides. Alright, that means the mole rat tunnel disappears and a new event takes place. Rugged Rubble. The area has staged many a conflict in the past, and merely passing through can disturb the dormant threats from yesterday's wars. Draw a danger card and a random model belonging to the player without the advantage marker is affected. So, the AI does not have advantage, so it affects them. I guess we'll quickly roll a d6 and do like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It affects, ooh, that's good. It affects the free tech. Danger card. Draw and resolve a creature card. We're going too many layers deep here, people. Creature card. Passive Blood Bug. Test endurance to endure the insect's disgusting presence on you. Okay, the endurance of the free tech is +1. It's normally 3, but it's 4 because he's a free tech. That is a pass. Pass. Eventually it departs. What would have happened if he failed? It poisons you unless you're a robot or a synth. Okay. Well, sadly it didn't hurt him. That could have killed him if it did like 1 damage and then the flame procced again. On to round 4 or 5, whichever one we're up to. So even though we're starting back around 5, I apologise, but I don't think this ghoul got a turn in the last turn because his flame hadn't done anything. So he took 1 more damage from the flame, flipped, and the flame went out. He charged and is attacking the settler here. Let's see if we can just annihilate her, and then that puts me in a basically unattainable situation. 7s, that's a 10, so he whiffed. He's locked in combat, but he did whiff. So now we're able to start battle round 5 proper with the survivors. So battle round 5, Codsworth is going to try and burn the free tech to death. Let's see if he can do it. 6s. It's an 8. Second attempt. There's a 9! Codsworth, no! Ah, he's failed. Okay, over to the AI. So of course the 1 in 3 chance means that the free tech gets to activate. He's taking 2 point blank shots. 3s. Failed. Okay. 3s. He failed again. Okay, at least there's fail going around on both sides. Oh, he also took a damage point for being on fire. And I need to flip the icon to see if it goes out or not, and I can't do that one-handed, so you'll just see if it's there or not once we move on to the next activation. So without a close combat weapon, the Soul Survivor tech is just garbage in close combat, obviously, so he's going to do a peel away attack to pull back to there to shoot at the free tech, but that means that the ghoul gets a free swipe at him, skill 5. Of course he gets it with ease, with 1 armor break. His current armor though is 3 plus 1, so it's 2 plus 1, and then, oh, it's actually 2 plus 3 because of the bonus. So that is 1 plus 3, so it does no damage. Because it's base 2 damage. Oh, the radiation would get through though. No, actually no, the radiation, he has 4 plus 1 radiation, so that's automatically blocked. But that would disappear. So he took no damage from getting away, and now he is able to take a close range shot. Taking such a long range gun when he has the perk. Or sorry, a gun where the short range is like the longest possible range, it was just an absolute mistake. So was not noticing that he really needs to have a pistol. And not giving him a melee, you know, plenty of mistakes. Mistakes have been made, his equipment will be different next time, I swear. Anyway, 4s. 6. He's going to use one of his last 2 luck tokens. Flipping it. These have to be weighted. They have to be weighted weirdly. Let me test again. We're still counting the same result, but... How many times do I have to sort of flip this? Alright, 3 times. Either way, that didn't count. So unfortunately his shot missed. He has done nothing. He's the most expensive model on this crew by far, and he's done literally nothing. Who's left? This ghoul and this ghoul. So of the 2 remaining controlled ghouls, this one got picked randomly to activate. Charge bonus included, smacking the settler upside her head. Oh, I guess we'll count that as the roll. So that's a 6, it becomes a 5, that's a hit for 2 extra damage. That's 4 damage plus 1 radiation coming through against her 1 plus 1. Her 0 plus 1. So she ignores that basically. She's taken 3 damage plus 1 rad damage. She just got 1 shot. Bleh. She is dead. And he has another action, I guess. So is he within red of Codsworth? Yep. He will charge Codsworth because that's the closest target. Additionally, when he finished his activation, rolled, and he did do a radiation burst. Codsworth is immune to radiation because he's a robot. You don't self-heal when you do it. However, the free tech was within range, so he has taken 1 radiation damage. So to end off the penultimate battle round, the bloated glowing one charged and is smacking Codsworth, taking a green bonus charge die because he already gets 2 black ones. Oh no, sorry, no he doesn't. I was looking at the putrid one, so for the bloated one it is yellow and green, so in that case he'll throw a black in for bonus damage. 7s, that's an 8, which is just as well. It didn't get through because it would have negated 3 armor and done 1 bonus damage. As it stands though, it did nothing, and that means we go into the final battle round. I think it's literally impossible for the survivors to win this, but hey, let's see what the event is at least. Lightning Storm. The lightning strikes the ground in several places. Oh, I guess that storm's still been following them. At the end of every round, whilst in play, 2 random models are hit by lightning. It's into the last turn, so this actually won't get a chance to proc because there's no turn 7. So, either way. So this final turn is going to go real quick. We're going to start with Codsworth. He's going to attack the putrid glowing one with his buzzsaw, and he needs 6s. It went through with an armor break. So this is just physical, yep, 2 physical damage. So that means he is at 1 plus 1. Nope, just at plus 1. It did 1 damage. Let's throw in another 1 damage. It needed to do the 2 for him to be able to kill him in this attempt. But that doesn't matter because his second attack missed. Good job, Codsworth. You're the best. The putrid glowing one is immediately enacting revenge. He activated. This is 7s against Codsworth, obviously. First hit was a miss. Second hit that's a 6. So that is a hit. Does that do anything special for him? No, it does not. Plus 1 bonus damage. That's 3 physical damage coming through against Codsworth. Armor of 3. He actually blocked 3. So the one radiation goes through, but robots are immune, so he actually took no damage. It's amazing. The Soul Survivor tech is taking a pot shot at the free tech. We need 4s. Got a 5. Using his last luck. Here we go, here we go. It fell off the table. It landed on the wrong side, it's fine. Take my word for it, why would I lie about it missing? Second shot. 6. I want to throw these dice out the window. So for the record, it is literally impossible for my survivors to win now because I believe it's a win to the AI if they're not all dead by the end of turn 6 anyway. But we're just going to see if Codsworth can withstand a smack from the bloated glowing one. 7s. Went through with an armor break. So that would be 2. His armor is at. It does not get negated. It does 2 damage. Doesn't do any radiation damage because he's immune as a robot. Let's see, do I have any other damage icons? I don't have any other 5 ones. It's fine. He took 2 more damage from that swipe. 1 more. Could kill him because he has 2 health left. It went through. So again, comes down to his armor. He blocked 1 of it. He took 2 damage. That is exactly enough to kill him. Codsworth down. I repeat, Codsworth down. Then the free tech would just shoot. There's no way the Soul Survivor tech's going down though because he's got his full armor and full bonus health. So with that, the match closes with the AI winning. So this time around in the first proper AI scenario we got to see the creature faction make their debut, and goodness, our putrid glowing ones and bloated glowing ones, tanky, dangerous, tough, annoying. that was so nasty. I don't like this narrative that's growing that like my band of survivors are the most incompetent, incoherent mess of a group that the Wasteland has ever seen. However, that does seem to be the way it is. The free tech has escaped with his prototype helmet, so now no one else will be able to control creatures in this area. The survivors, wounded, beaten, crawl away and try their hand again next time. Speaking of which, it seems like, if you remember one of those events we got, we believed that someone was watching us. The next AI scenario was called Cut Off the Head, and that is when an enemy force comes to try and assassinate your leader. So, as incompetent as the Soul Survivor tech is, he did manage to get his people out. However, it was noticed, and now somebody or something is going to come and try and kill him. And that'll be next time when we do some more Fallout Wasteland Warfare. I sincerely hope you enjoyed. By all means, keep me right on the rules about the symbols as well. We'll try and get it right. I'm sure there was mistakes. It happens. Don't worry about it. And yeah, consider this for yourself if you're feeling the wargaming itch but are unable to, socialise, etc. Get people round for a match. It's a good alternative. It's good solo play. Anyway, hope you enjoyed. See you next time. Ta for now.